So here we are, next day. We have a change of plans. We're going to drive from here to Michigan, which is about 500 miles or so. And we're going to see what happens. So we're back at EVgo. I'm going to try to show you how easy this is. Here we are opening the, get this little plug out. Simply take the charger, put it in the hole. It's hard to do with one hand, this thing's heavy. Got it. Now we come over here very easily. Hit credit card. Show the credit card to the reader. And of course now it's not going to go nice and easy. It was a whole lot easier yesterday. Tell you that much. Maybe. Wow, sorry about this, but yeah, this ain't as easy as I thought it was gonna be. Wasn't easy as yesterday. Oh boy. So I'm thinking maybe it was the machine. So we'll try to we'll find another machine here, station, whatever you want to call it. This is easier done with two hands. Must admit. Right. There's that. Hit credit card.
Authorizing.
See, yeah, it was just the machine, it wasn't working. This is how easy it is with
Transaction canceled.
EVgo. No apps, no nothing. We got an app though with it, I must admit, because we spent 15 minutes trying to find a charger based on just putting on like Google Map. They're not marked. See, we're charging already. So just that quick. They're not marked. They may be in a theater parking lot, or they may be in a gas station. They're not clearly marked from the street. So you got to rely on your Google Maps. Well, EVgo has an app that will show you exactly where theirs are at. So we're going to be trying that. See how it goes. Again, we're going from here to Michigan, about 500 miles, I think it is. Keep you posted. So this is how long it has taken us to get from 53% to 92. Here's the time over here, almost 50 minutes. That's the cost, $21. You can get it even cheaper if you get a program with them, a membership. It saves you considerably. You probably cut this in half with their membership. I'm gonna have to decide if I'm gonna do that or not, just for this short trip. Just one payment for one membership will save me quite a bit on this trip. So we just went and ate something, came back, and we'll wait till it gets, as far as it goes. But this is part of the trip now, part of the time it takes to get there. We may have to do this probably 2 more times, I'm thinking. So I'm going to leave it at that. An hour's worth of charging, 95% charged. And we'll get on the road. See if I can figure out how to, oh, there it is, stop charge. Oh, it said it was done anyway. So there's all the charges. Not too bad, I guess, for a full tank. So I'm back in the car again. We have a range of 260 miles. When you map it out on the GPS, it tells you where the next charging stations are. Adds it to the amount of time your trip is going to take, because with Google Maps it's 8 hours, and then with this GPS now it's 10 and a half, something like that, and it adds in the time for the
turn left onto
charging.
Baltimore Avenue.
So I'll try to update on how that goes. So here's another element to the story. 3 people waiting. It's raining outside. It's not covered. Just another element to this story that's like, wow, dude, you couldn't even cover the place, especially when we're dealing with electricity. But anyway, so with all these people waiting, in 15 minutes we went from 42% to 80, and then it automatically slows down at 80, as I mentioned before, which is really frustrating because you have all these people waiting and we're trying to get to 100. So it's another one of those frustrating things. And you sign up or get a membership with these people, then the cost is a little cheaper, but you have to pay for the membership. So just another element. Well, here we are. Our 8-hour trip has turned into probably about 12 to 14. The car itself sent us to a charger. Couldn't get the charger to work. It was 61 cents per kilowatt, which you average around 30 to 50 cents. This was 61. Couldn't get it to function. So we tried to find another one that was Electric America, and it didn't tell us that they had shut it down 3 days ago to revamp it. So when we get there, it's shut down. So meanwhile, we're dealing with about 20% charge and very few miles. So all we could do was find this one, which was extremely hard to find because all of the apps that we tried, this one wasn't on it. This is a casino. It's a casino out in Ohio somewhere that by the time we got here, we had to go inside the place to ask them, where is your charging stations? Oh yeah, the back row out there by J. We're like, what? So you just have to drive around until you find them. Just an absolute nightmare. And on top of that, this is like trickle charge. So you can sit here for an hour and you get about 10% charge. So we're going to be here for a couple hours, probably about 2.5 to 3, so that we can drive 3 minutes from here to get a hotel, so that we can sleep for a bit, so that we can go from that hotel to an EV charge, an EV Go charge, and get this thing charged up enough to hopefully get somewhere close to our destination to try to find another charging station to fast charge it and get us to our final destination. So the structure is not there for long distance electric car driving, except for Tesla. Found Tesla chargers all over the place, but you have to have an adapter. So, whew. Hello again. So of our so-called 8-hour trip to Michigan, we spent the night in a hotel. Got up this morning. It's around 10:15. Supposedly this will be done charging at 11:30. PlugShare. We found this charger very difficultly, but PlugShare.com is the one that showed us that this was open 24/7, because all we kept seeing was the dealership was closed. So we're like, well, does that mean it's all locked up, we can't use it? PlugShare.com showed us that it was 24/7. Finally got here, and now we wait. So again, bottom line, infrastructure definitely needs to improve if anyone wants, the world to convert to electric vehicles for the sake of the environment. To be continued. So this one was pretty good. We actually got to 97%, which none of the other ones ever did. This one told us on the car how long it would take. It said that the charging would commence at 11:37. It's 11:30 right now, and we're at 97%. This is the only one that's gone to 97%, but boy, it sure was hard finding this place. The app that I described is the one that told us that this was open 24 hours and it was accessible. But the way to actually find these charging stations, I'll try to compile that all together at the end of the video, because wow, there's just so many different ways to find these. So moving on to the next adventure. So we are almost to our destination. Electrify America. Downloaded the app, sent the QR code to my wallet, plugged in, tap here for members, tapped it. It went from 56 cents per kilowatt to 42 cents per kilowatt. So Electrify America is the quickest. It seems to be working the best, and it's fairly easy so far. But I've got probably 6 different apps downloaded on my phone so far, and so far this one is the easiest. So I'll keep you posted on the rest of the details. So we did good with the app. Yeah, just an hour and a half. We in there had, ate some lunch. $12.60, 99%. And it kind of forces you to do what you're supposed to do anyway. When you're on a long trip, you're supposed to get out of the car, walk around for a little bit. So it seems to work out okay, as long as you can get it to work. So in trying to wrap up everything, each one of these charging stations has its own app, and once you've downloaded the app, that seems to be the best way to begin a charge, and as quickly as possible. This one here, it took less than 5 seconds and we were charging because I had the app. I've got 8 different apps on the phone. We took a trip from Baltimore, Washington to Michigan. Needed 8 different apps, which most of them, what I did is, and they suggest that you do it, is put the app in your wallet. so that double click, open it, go up to the charging station and put your phone up to the icon there. It automatically comes up with your account. You have a card charge card in it already, and it begins charging for you just that quick. But if you're taking a long trip like we did, because it was, I think, 380 miles or 580, it was a long distance. You definitely would want to go with a hybrid if you're trying to do your part for the environment. A hybrid is the way to go, because we spent way too much time charging. It was an 8-hour trip from where we were at, and turned into, because of some of the mistakes we made, turned into a 16-hour trip. So that was a lot of time wasted. But we did it also for the experience, we were able to see things along the way, stuff like that. The car was excellent. It's got a lot of nice features. It's very smooth, and I've always liked that about electric cars. It's not that vibrating engine, trying to take you down the road. So overall, the experience was okay. We've learned a lot of lessons. Definitely get the app. Once you find the actual station, because this car will tell you where the station is at, it'll put it on the route. But then you need to check that station to see if it's fast charge or slow. If it's 6 kilowatts per minute, that's extremely slow. If you're going to be in town for a while, or you're going to have a hotel nearby, you want to use one of those. And some of those are free, which is fine, but it's overnight. You want anything from 60 on up. They have them up to like 150 kilowatts per minute, I think it is. However they measure that. But you definitely want from 60 to 150. Those are the fast ones. Those are the ones that go really fast until it's up to 80% charge, and then it'll slow down. And that's mostly to save your battery. So, like right now we've gone from 42 to 53 in just a few minutes. You can't always go by that 1 hour and 15 minutes remaining. It's a good, start point as to how much it might take, but we found that that's not always accurate. So definitely download the apps according to whatever station you're at. This one is ChargePoint. We've also used EVgo, Electrify America. They're good as long as you have the app. So bottom line, it was interesting. Definitely a lot of work to do as far as infrastructure. Every one of these has been outside in the rain. It's raining right now. So it's just unreal that they wouldn't even think to cover these. We found none of them that are covered yet. So something else that maybe they can work on. So it's been interesting. It's been fun. Hope y'all have learned something. If you should ever try your own trip in an electric car. Happy trails.